Hey, hello everyone. I'm Kishore. Hope you are good and enjoying the coding. This is our first session on Python programming language. In this session, we will learn about the Python, introduction of the Python, and we will write first Hello World program in Python programming language. As you know, like other programming language, Python has some features. Okay, over the screen, you can see some features of the Python. Like a Python is a general purpose language. It means we can use Python programming language for developing any type of application. If you have to develop any web application, if you have to develop any data scientist application, if you have to develop any ETL application, we can use Python. Python is a high level programming language like your other programming language. So here I am taking the example of C, C++, Java because these are also famous programming language and it's a high level programming language. When I compare Python with this programming language because it means these are also a popular language, and when someone start their journey they mostly prefer the C, C++ or Java programming. So that's why I'm taking the example of other programming language, okay, when I have to compare anything with Python. So it's interpreted programming language. It means like other programming language, we don't need to compile program. In C, C++ and Java, initially if we have to execute the code, initially we need to compile that code and after that we have to execute the code. But in Python, we don't need to compile anything. We can directly execute our code. As compared to other programming language, syntax of Python are very easy. Okay. And the code which we have written in Python in any platform can be executed on all the platforms. It means if I write the code in Windows operating system, same code will be executed on Linux as well as Mac. But this will not happen for other programming language. If we have to set up a Python, we can directly install Python by using a pip command. Or we can use Anaconda is one of the tools to set up Python environment. For writing a code, we can use many editors like other programming language. So mostly people prefer to use Visual Studio, PyCharm, CodeRunner. Okay, those tools IDEs they can use to write a code in Python. But yeah, if you have to use any text editor like Notepad, Notepad++, Sublime, you can use that. But I will suggest to go with the IDE. While writing a code in Python, we have to follow some basic rules. Okay, because in Python we don't have any brackets. Okay, so then how we will write a code? For that purpose, we need to follow some proper indentation. Okay, in next session we will see how to write the code in Python. Okay, for executing the code we can directly use a IDE or we can use a terminal. If you have to execute some expressions, we can use a REPL also. Okay, so yeah, I hope this is a little bit introduction of the Python and this is clear to you. So my favorite editor is a Visual Studio Code. So I'm opening the Visual Studio Code and we will write a first Python program. Okay, inside training program, I am creating one folder that is programs. In program, we will create a Python file first.py. So yeah, like other programming language, we have to follow naming. We have to follow the extension for Python also. .py is a Python extension. We can use .python also. In other programming language like C, C++, and Java, we have to follow the extension .c, .cpp, and .java. Okay. So yeah, this is our first program. Initially, we have created one file. Its file name is something.py. I have given first.py. So now I have to show something over the console. Hello world. This is our first program. I have written only one statement. This is my first Python program, hello world. Okay, I am executing this code. Here you can see output is printed over the console. This is my first Python program, hello world. If you have to execute the same program by using a terminal, we can do that also. You can see output is printed here. This is very simple as compared to any other programming language. If we have to take an example of C, let me create C file also, first.c. Yeah, here you can see this is my first C program. I am executing this code. This is my first C program, hello world. Okay, and here you can see this is a object file. This is compiled file. Okay, when I execute the code via IDE, in other programming language, first we need to compile the code. Here also I have compiled the code. IDE directly compiled the code and it has executed that compiled code. Now here you can see that for printing just a single statement, I need to write additional 3 lines. This first line is including the library. So printf function is available into the standard input output header file. Okay, in Python I don't need to import anything. Here you can see the program is always, in other programming language, program is always start with int main. Here I haven't written anything. And then I am returning one value here because I have used a int here. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. For writing a single statement or printing a single statement over the console in other programming language, we need at least 3 to 4 line of code, but in Python we have implemented it by writing a single line of code. I hope this print statement is clear to you. Okay, the statement which we provided in single quote or double quote, this statement will printed as it is over the console. Okay, yeah, this is about the print function. If you have to take any input from the user, still we don't need to import anything. We have to just use the input function. That's it. Okay, and if you have to if you want to show some message to user while getting the input, you can write that message here, what is your name. Okay, now this message will show over the console, what is your name. We can provide the input to the console. Okay, and this input will be printed here. Let me print that value. So remember one thing here. So I am storing this into a variable. What is a variable we will see in a future, but just remember this name is equal to input, what is your name, print name. Okay, let me execute this code once again. What is your name? This is my first Python program, hello world. Name is printed here. Okay, it means for getting input, showing something over the console in Python, we don't need to remember anything. We have to just use input and print function. In other programming language, here you have seen at least 3 additional lines we need to write, but in Python we don't need to write anything additionally. Okay, we have to just use input and print function. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. In next session we will see what is this. Okay, yeah, thank you. See you in next session.